This is a video about Eckhart Tolle and his message. Hello, this is Chris from Wake Up, and today's video is about Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle is one of the few very famous real gurus in the sense that he's enlightened, he's in a non-dual consciousness and has that been for many years. He's the real deal. One of the few people who are famous and are the real deal. Well, many others are phonies. His main message is that there's only now. There's one moment in time that we are reliving again and again and again, and that creates the illusion of time. But there's only now. That's why his first book, with which he got famous, is The Power of Now. My favorite Eckhart Tolle book is Stillness Speaks. Actually, everything is in there. Mostly in the first chapter already, and that's about it. There's nothing more to say, but he says a lot. He's given countless talks, and he has his own YouTube channel now with more than 1 million subscribers. It's probably, I don't know, after Sadhguru, probably the most popular talker on spiritual matters. And what I really like about him is that he's unpretentious. He's very, very humble. And he didn't change his name. So many people, they have to change the name into some Sanskrit gobbledygook. No, Eckhart Tolle is still Eckhart Tolle. He's not arrogant. And he has found so many ways to say the same thing. His message is very simple. There's only this moment. The main message is that there's only this moment. And that's a very important message. And I really like Eckhart for stressing it and repeating it countless times. If you really get the point that there's only this moment, all problems fall away, all fears fall away, all illusions fall away. And it's really not an analogy. It's that way. Time is the biggest illusion. Time creates our sense of narrative, our sense of ego, our sense of that there is a person here with a history. But time is a big illusion. It's really not like we all treat it. It's not as we think it is. It's one of the best illusions, don't get me wrong here. It's a great illusion, and there's so much talk about evolution and what happened a few thousand years ago and so on. Even I do that. But those are the analogies. Yeah? What happened 10,000 years ago, the agrarian revolution, for example, and the beginning of city builders. Those are analogies. We do not know what happened 10,000 years ago because no one is left alive who lived 10,000 years ago. And even if in your life right now, no matter if you think that you're 20 or 30 or 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, it's not true. There's only the moment, there's only now. And people just don't believe Eckhart Tolle that it is so. It would be too simple. People say, okay, that's too simple. I can't really imagine that this is true, but it is. And the moment you enter this non-dual state, or you're permitted to enter this non-dual state, where there's no more black and white, there's no more good and bad, then there's no more past and future either. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore, because what could possibly happen right now? Nothing. The worst thing that could happen is that you die right now. And then so what? Then the whole illusion is over. Finished. And there are no problems anymore either. There are no problems in the past, no problems in the future, and no problems now. If you ask yourself, seriously, do I have a problem right now? Then most of you will have to say no, with very few exceptions. Unless if you're in a state of great pain because you just had an accident, or you're very, very sick, there is no problem right now. And all problems that happened in the past is just a story. It's not happening right now, but you are happening right now. Why focus on the past? Or why focus on the future, what might happen? How do you know that this might happen? Why does that cause fear in you? Cause fear in whom? That's the big question. Who is it who is thinking about the past and the future? Is it the same being that experiences this moment now? So I added a very good video, one of the best Eckhart Tolle videos I know, below. Otherwise, I recommend to you to read, or it's also available as an audiobook, Stillness Speaks. At least the first 1 or 2 chapters. That's all. And then take it seriously. I mean, don't take anything seriously, but as an experiment, take what he writes there in Stillness Speaks and what he says in his videos seriously. Really operate on the assumption that there is only now, nothing else. There's only you now and nothing else. This is a very, very different assumption from what most people usually start their day from. It's actually very similar to what Jivapuri Baba said. Just look at everything and assume that this is the divine. You are the divine, the tree is the divine, the street is the divine, the old chewing gum on the street or the trash on the street is the divine, the air you breathe is the divine, the person you meet is the divine, the person screaming at you to put on your mask is the divine. It's all the same. Everything is the divine or the universe or whatever you call it, and everything is happening only now. It has not happened a few moments ago and will not happen a few moments from now. There is only now. There's only this moment. Everything else is illusion. We had a discussion recently on the Facebook page about that everything is a matter of perspective or not, if there's anything objective. If you operate from a place where there's only now and everything is the divine, then there are no problems, and any problems are just a matter of perspective, a matter of thought. And the best thing you can do, if you still suffer from the illness of dual thought, is to always question, where do these thoughts come from? Who is thinking these thoughts? Are those my thoughts, or where the heck do they come from? If there's only this moment, where do these thoughts come from? Who's generating these thoughts? Who's generating the thoughts that there has been a past and that there will be a future? Who's generating this assumption, this theory, this story, your story? Where does your story come from? Why are you telling yourself your own story again and again? And why are you enjoying hearing stories about other people or from other people? Just try it out. Try it out to live in the moment, even if you can't, but try it out as an experiment. Just assume, instead of that there's a past and a future, assume that there's only this moment. Would you do anything differently? Are you doing anything differently now? Or is there only a program happening and you can't change it anyway? What is this program? Why can't you change it? Just follow everything to its last consequence. Instead of using your thoughts to be afraid or to hope, use it to follow your thoughts where they come from, where their birthplace is, where the origin, the cause is. Is there something like cause and effect? Huh? Just try it out and see what happens. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and joining me on Facebook or Patreon, and see you soon.